Hello, guys. Hi, we're live.
What's up, guys?
Happy Sunday. It's a late one.
The Sunday YouTube Live. It's 8:30. This is much later than your typical.
My friends were visiting from Philadelphia, so we were hosting, and they just left.
I look like a ghost.
That's okay.
So, what's new?
What is
Oh,
it?
the topic of the video. So the topic of the video is we've been getting this a lot because I think it's about what? It's like the fourth week in January now.
Yes.
And so many people were noticing, and I guess we knew this, starting keto in the New Year's, and now they're getting to the point they've been doing it for 3 or 4 weeks and they stopped losing weight. What's going on? So I think maybe just Reddit, if you go on the keto Reddit, they have a really good description of this. Hey, Farmer Mima. Basically, how it works, general arc of weight loss on keto is like when you first start it, you lose a bunch of weight because of all the water depletion, the glycogen. You're just not carrying as much water, so that's not really like losing body weight, body fat. And then once you lose all of that, your body's kind of like in limbo. It's figuring out how to use fat for fuel. So a lot of people in like weeks 3, 4, 5, 6, they're either stalling or they're gaining a little bit of weight, and they get concerned because they're like, whoa, I was losing 10 pounds a week to start and now I'm gaining 2 pounds a week. What's going on here?
Right.
So that's just what happens. It's kind of is a very common thing. That's typically how the arc of weight loss goes on keto. But then like once you become fat adapted, the weight loss is more steady.
Your body's more efficient, right? At using the ketones.
Yeah, when you start efficiently figuring out your body how to use fat for fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up the chat on my computer here, so
And
this
I'm
will
going
be
to shut
easier.
the window behind us because I don't like that reflection thing.
Okay. So we have a video from today, the bacon maple egg custard, which is really good. And then Tuesday we're gonna have the week 4 update of our cut, and it's getting tough, guys.
Yes, it is. Have we shot the video? Yeah.
We shot it, but I didn't edit it yet.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting a little tougher. It hasn't been that bad for me. Matt's tapering down quicker because he has a lot of more playroom than I do.
This is exactly the reason I quit keto last year, 6 weeks, and got frustrated.
Well,
Stay the course,
yeah,
guys.
push through this time.
Here we are. 483, 510 people watching. Whoa, okay. So, and I believe the super chat thing is enabled again. We didn't decide on a charity because her friends were here, so we're just going to roll that over to next week. So any super chats we get this week, the donations, we'll figure out the charity next week and do like a double whammy.
Yeah, and then if you follow us on IG, we always show you us posting to the charity so you know we're doing it. Let us see. Hello, everyone.
The podcast we had today is with...
Mike from ButcherBox. He's the CEO.
Yeah, it's more of like an entrepreneurial, how do you get stuff done type of podcast.
A lot of good tips. So
Yeah.
what did you guys think? I'd be
you listen
interested
to
to
it.
hear. Because it was a little different than what we usually do.
Should I still count calories on keto? Asks Makeup by Christy. Maybe she has a makeup channel.
It definitely depends on your goals. When you're starting out, we say, though, to make it easier on yourself, not to worry about tracking, just worry about keeping your carbs low.
Depends kind of the place you're coming from. If you're doing keto because you want to lose the last like 5 pounds, then you probably need to track stuff. If you are 150 pounds overweight, you're just trying to, get the ball rolling in the right direction, you don't need to count calories or macros for that matter. I would just even count carbs and do more of lazy keto. But, if you're not getting the results you want, then you are going to need to start tracking some stuff. I listened to the Lisa Beats Your Meat podcast with you guys. I was pretty impressed at how well it went. You guys did awesome.
Thank you. I think it went really well, too. They were awesome to talk to. They had a ton of great questions. They made it easy for us.
Yeah, it's a little dicey when you're chatting with vegans just because...
But not with them.
Yeah, they were very nice about it. Open. What would be the most important vitamins to implement when starting keto? Most people say vitamins.
Like not Americans, you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I don't think, electrolytes, of course. So potassium, sodium, and magnesium. Those are the 3 main ones to really just focus on. Otherwise, we don't really supplement otherwise.
Yeah, not much is really needed. Like you can do a multivitamin if you want. I don't do that. You can do vitamin D. Most people are deficient in vitamin D. Or you can do like, that's really like all you need. I don't know. People go really nuts with the micronutrients, the vitamins, supplements. You don't need all that stuff, in my opinion.
Why?
What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, why isn't cashew milk okay? Cashew milk is totally fine. Just get the unsweetened cashew milk.
It's like one carb.
Same with the almond. Same with the coconut. Just make sure it's unsweetened.
I'm starting keto tomorrow.
Yay! Congrats.
How about B vitamins? I supplement B vitamins like once a week or something, maybe just randomly. I don't really feel like I need to, but you get a lot of B vitamins in meat, and yeah, nutritional yeast is a good supplement for that too.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. 570 people. Yeah, if you guys want to get notifications whenever we go live, you can click the bell to get notified.
How do you guys get potassium? We get our potassium via ZipFizz. So when we work out, we take a supplement called ZipFizz that has energy and 1,000 milligrams of potassium. But if you are eating avocados, that's a great source. Spinach is also a great source.
Thoughts on OMAD keto, 1 meal a day? My thoughts are, if it suits your lifestyle, it's good. But I feel like a lot of people do it as like a Band-Aid approach to trying to get their eating under control. They're like, I really can't stop eating when I start, so I'm just going to do 1 meal a day so I can have the feeling of being really full that one time, and that's good for me. I would say you probably want to just like address the root of the problem. 1 meal a day is like a lot of dieting to me.
Yeah.
It feels like a diet, but there's a lot of people that just are like, they don't care that much about food, and they're just like, I just want to eat once, that's fine, just fuel my body. But most people like thinking about doing keto are not those type of people.
Someone asked about my hair color and the brand. I use High Color L'Oreal, and it's specifically for dark hair only, and I get the magenta, and it's amazing. I have black hair, so it really does a good job. How often do you guys carb up? We do not carb up, but we do keto caloric refeeds, or just a higher keto calorie day, so we'll get like a lot of wings or barbecue.
Someone asking those low carb tortilla, like thoughts on low carb tortillas. Oh, someone donated. I gotta pull that up here. We don't eat them, but they're a good like transition type of food. If that's what you need, it's tough to just really commit to if you just took the advice of eat healthy and then everyone would just be eating healthy. It's hard to do that.
Yeah.
So the low carb tortillas are good if you fill them up with. I would fill them up with a bunch of like high fat and a little bit of protein. Just make it a good keto meal. Make the macros of the meal be good, and then that's fine.
Katrina Vince, thank you so much for $5. On keto for a month, 3 pounds lost. All macros on point? ? I'm super frustrated.
So this is kind of the subject of this video.
Right. But you're been on a month. Yeah.
So you probably lost some weight at the start and then it stopped. And that is very common. I just noticed we've gotten probably 20 emails on this exact question in the past week, because a lot of people started on New Year's and now they're hitting the plateau period, which is common because when you first start doing keto, you shed all your water weight. So you're not really losing body fat.
Right.
And you might be plateauing or even gaining weight just because your body's running super inefficiently for those next couple weeks, like the period that you're talking about right now, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Because your body's bad at using fat. It's gonna feel bad because you're used to using glucose, you're giving it a bunch of fat, it doesn't really know what to do, it's not like using it efficiently. So once you get fat adapted, which happens like 4 to 6 weeks for most people, then it should pick up again.
And 3 months doesn't seem
3
like...
3 weeks I thought it was.
No, 3 pounds, sorry. So 3 pounds doesn't seem like a lot of weight loss. That's what she's lost in the month. But it also depends on how much you have to lose and what your diet looked like prior to starting keto. So for me, when I started keto, mine was only like 2 to 3 pounds because I didn't have a ton of body weight to lose and I wasn't, destroying the carbs, eating donuts and cookies every day. So that 3 pounds could just be the normal amount for your body.
And are you tracking at all? You may want to track just to see where you're at.
Yeah, just give it like 1-2 days and just what you normally eat, just track it in MyFitnessPal, the free version.
First time catching you live. Love your recipes, especially the pancakes. We've been making the pancakes lately. We've been making
In
them
muffin form.
into muffins, yeah.
What are you drinking, Matthew?
I am drinking, well, I got this tea here.
Is it reishi mushroom?
No, it's chamomile tea.
Are you using the... No, you're not using
Then I got some water.
I got him loose leaf tea because my friend got us like little tea pouch, tea holders.
Yeah.
They're super cute.
Oh,
It's a
here it is.
sloth and a hippo.
It's a hippo, and you put the tea in there.
And his butt.
Then it sits on the
And he
lid.
poops out the tea.
Who is your favorite keto YouTuber?
There's this couple called Ketoconnect. Just kidding.
I love Dr. Berg. He's just so much good information. Like basically when I'm looking on the internet, I'm watching the talks by like knowledgeable people like Amber O'Hearn, Dave Feldman, things like that. Like I'm trying to learn. I'm not really just trying to get like the Google magic that's on the keto YouTube a lot of the time where people just like Google stuff and make videos on it. But Dr. Berg is just really good. You can search anything and he has basically a remedy. Like a lot of times when I'm just feeling some kind of discomfort or some kind of problem, Dr. Berg's got the answer. How about you?
I don't know. That's a really tough call. I don't watch YouTube if I'm going to be honest. YouTube was new to me when we started our channel and I don't even watch all our videos. So it's tough for me to watch.
Yeah, Dr. Berg says don't count vegetables. I don't agree with that, but just because I don't agree with like certain things that he says doesn't mean he's not an awesome guy. I don't necessarily agree with his whole body type thing either. But for the most part, he's got a lot of great stuff.
Do you watch Dr. Ken Berry? No, we don't watch him, but we've had
He
email
emailed us.
communications. Yeah, he's reached out and we're planning to have him on our podcast at some point.
Do you guys have the Peace, Love, and Low Carb cookbook? I think we
No,
might. We
we
get
don't.
sent a lot of the No, we don't?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Bulletproof coffee doesn't help. It doesn't help what? It definitely works if you're trying to get ahead on your fat and if you want to start off with like a meal that's very satiating but not eating any actual foods like carbs or proteins.
Yeah, bulletproof coffee is essential to my day personally.
Same with me, and the coffee is essential, so it helps to have it a bulletproof.
It's calories, it's nutrition. You just have to factor that in. If you think you weigh out the pros and cons. If you think drinking 200 calories for breakfast every day is beneficial to you, it helps you like get ahead of the game a little bit, get ahead of your hunger, then it's good. If not, then it's bad.
Carrie 3440, thank you for donating your $1.
Oh, Dr. Barry's funny? Okay, good. I like funny people.
Let me see.
I think everyone likes funny people.
I'm below my ideal weight. Any tips how to gain? Definitely just eating at a surplus. You can go 10, 15% surplus. Start there.
I drank a bulletproof coffee last week in the evening. Bad idea. No sleep that night. Yeah,
That could happen.
Drinking coffee after like 2 p.m. in my opinion is just nuts. I don't do it ever.
Do you guys eat chia pudding? I don't like the texture of it, but Matt used to make it a
I
lot.
kind of like it just because it's filling. But it also upsets my stomach a lot of the time. One time I did like a quarter cup. Don't do a quarter cup.
Do you guys drink BPC coffee brand? If not, what is your
No.
favorite type? No, we just make our own. So just like whatever coffee we have, and then butter, heavy cream, or MCT oil.
Yeah, I don't believe in the bulletproof coffee, like the mycotoxins or whatever is in the coffee. That's totally untrue. I just buy coffee off Amazon.
Is there a best time to test blood ketones? We just
Filmed a video.
But yeah, we would say the morning time is going to give you your most accurate reading.
There's just less variables, but any time's a good time as long as you're kind of factoring in the variables.
I agree.
Elaborate on body sizes. Dr. Berg has this theory of not body sizes, body types. He has like liver body type, adrenal body type. Basically, you carry weight in different parts of your body based on what ailments, like what ails you. Like if you have a bad thyroid, you carry weight in certain areas of your body. He has a whole book on it actually you can read, and he has a bunch of YouTube videos on it.
Sugar-free candy, for example, Werther's, etc. Are they okay? Most sugar-free candies, I feel like all have maltitol in them. They use maltitol, so we stay away from that. It's a no-go.
Someone just said, not losing weight, your coach must suck. And it's Keto Savage. Oh, actually, so we just got this Joule Suvi immersion circulator.
Best purchase of my 28
We
years.
love it. We've used it like 4 times in the past 2 days, and Keto Savage is coming to visit us soon. Actually,
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
make videos and
impress them
stuff.
with our sous vide foods.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to eat everything we sous vide because we're on a cut, but we're gonna make it. It's gonna be good. I've had a Joule for almost a year and love it. I'm glad you got one. It's raised my
awesome.
protein game.
We did 63-degree hard boiled, or not even hard boiled, eggs.
Yeah.
We just crack them over like some meat now. It's delicious.
And we've been doing our burgers, and I'm not gonna eat a burger another way for the rest of my life.
Your thoughts on dry fasting? That's like no water. I wouldn't do that. I don't know what benefits that adds over fasting with water. I have to look into it more though.
Is sugar-free candy and chocolate okay in moderation? So that's a good question because, you know, for us it's a no-go because of the maltitol, but maybe you want to eat it once in a while. So for me, that would be like, do I want to eat sugar once in a while, or do I want to like treat myself with something that's not the best for keto?
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be maltitol. I would say if you get some that don't have maltitol.
I've never seen any. Have you?
Sugar-free candy, not really.
So
I would just go for like the chocolate bars that are made with actually erythritol and stuff.
So Coco Polo
Yeah.
is a great option. We also have a chocolate bar recipe that's really easy to make. You can make in fat bomb bowls, so that's a great treat. Thank you, Maria Pena, for the $2 donation. Ooh. I wish we knew what place we were donating to.
We'll figure it out for next week.
Yeah, we'll have a really
This
good
is
one.
all rolling over into next week,
Absolutely,
guys.
so don't think otherwise. I eat stevia chocolate, yeah. But also the new sugar-free candy, the Russell Stover say stevia on the front, but they also have maltitol in them still, so just so you know.
How do y'all feel about mayo? I feel like it's gross.
It's gosh dang delicious.
They make some coconut oil mayos and stuff, but I
Yeah.
think for the most part they're soybean oil.
You can make your own as well. That's going to be in our cookbook.
I made your chocolate bars this morning with allulose. How were those? Yeah, make your own chocolate candy. That's what since starting KetoConnect and just like seeing all the products we get, most of them are not that hard to make at home. Just get some almond flour, some coconut flour, a sweetener.
Cheap keto snack, hard-boiled eggs.
Thank you for the donation. Love you guys, and I don't even know you.
Michelle Tucker. Oh, we love you too.
You have any special keto tips for us folks who are not as naturally lean as you? I wouldn't say we're naturally lean.
I'm not naturally lean.
But I think the tip is just kind of like, there is no special tips. I think it's, I don't know, like.
What's your goal, I guess?
Yeah, the goal is clearly weight loss then if you're not as lean. Honestly, just like start doing keto, stick with it.
For me, hydrating is a huge thing. So if I think I'm hungry, I will drink a bottle of water. I'll just chug it. And I'm normally not, which goes to show for me that I'm just like eating out of boredom or just habit. So being hydrated is very important. Thank you, Maria Vasquez, for the $5 donation.
One other tip is play around with your meal timing. I find that that's an easy way to restrict the calories a little bit better. Like if you find a meal timing, a meal schedule that works really good for just the natural flow of your body, that helps a lot.
Cookbook? You say cookbook? Yeah, we have a cookbook coming out pretty
soon.
Relatively soon.
How do you feel about keto with IF? I think it's good for a lot of people. But it's something that is not like mandatory. A lot of people seem to think it's absolutely essential. I would say try it. It's not a big deal if you don't do IF.
No, not at all.
It does really help with a lot of things like fasting glucose and insulin resistance.
Is yogurt okay on keto? In Kroger they have a Carb Master, which is like 5 carbs per the serving. There's also Kite Hill almond yogurt, which is a good option that we've seen in Publix, and then we have a yogurt recipe on our site. Mm-hmm. You can try.
Would a gummy edible knock me out of ketosis? I think if you're pretty deep in ketosis and you're kind of planning it out that you're going to have it that day.
It's a small gummy too.
I would say that thing's probably got like 10 grams of sugar in it, something like that, 5 to 10 grams. So, not necessarily.
How come you look the same the last 3 years, although you were on keto? Why you don't lose weight? We're not
Did
trying
someone
to.
say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not trying to lose weight.
What weight do you want us to be at?
Yeah, I guess.
What are these
What are you
beauty
expecting
standards
of-
you have?
But yeah, we weren't ever trying to lose weight. Why no eagle talk? Because I don't want to
Oh
jinx
yeah,
it.
eagles go fly, eagles fly.
But I'm so excited. Miguel, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Oh, we answered your question.
Honey Greek yogurt, is this good? Probably not.
Probably.
Anything that has the word honey in it is usually not going to be great for keto.
Tips on keto traveling. Don't be afraid to ask for substitutions in restaurants. You can always sub, and like bunless burgers are gonna be your best friend, and just like salads are like, there are lots of ways to eat out, right? And
Yeah.
then like you can pack things like keto bars, nuts, portion them out so you're not eating them in like, what's the word?
I'm not listening to
Eating in excess.
you. Okay. Eagles fan here. Show your colors this week, Megan.
I will. I'll wear my jersey. I have a Javon Curse jersey.
The freak.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the facts that the ketogenic diet is terrible for your heart? I don't know that that's a fact. I would say that's actually not a fact.
Also, I didn't say thank you, Robert Brown, for the $5 donation, and go Eagles.
So if you're genuinely asking the question about like heart disease and high-fat diets and stuff, it's all epidemiological studies that are saying people eating excess protein, red meat, high fats have a higher risk for heart disease. That's not really isolating for those factors. It's mainly just people. So over the last like 40 years or so, the health guidelines have been low fat, no red meat, right? So the type of person who's going to eat those things and go against the government is a certain type of person, a person who's probably smoking cigarettes, a person who's not exercising. So those aren't really removed from the equation when you're calculating for the epidemiological studies.
DJ, thank you for the $5 donation.
Oh,
The allulose chocolate bars are great. I did them before with erythritol, and they were a little grainy.
what are your thoughts on the second rule of keto? Is that don't talk about keto? I don't know what that is. Or is that the first rule?
What do you think is the most important when trying to lose weight? Calorie deficit or macros on point?
Calorie deficit. If you're trying to lose weight,
Yeah, you don't have to hit it's consistency in that regard, but we're doing a cut, so macros being on point is just as crucial.
here's kind of how it works. Like macros are going to make calorie restriction easier, but as far as losing weight, it's calories.
Thoughts on diet soda? Once in a while, I'm totally cool with drinking it. Aspartame, sucralose, those types of things aren't gonna mess with keto, but you know, they're dependent on whether you want to intake those or not, health-wise.
How about adding a bit of yeast to your bread replacement recipes? Yeah, that's good. If you just want to add the yeast for flavor, that is actually good. And add like a few drops of stevia. It takes away the egg taste, but it doesn't like rise or anything.
Keith Wright, thank you so much for the $2.
I drink Zevia like crazy now. Yeah, I've been upping my Zevia intake since I'm just hungry so often now. I've been doing like one a day.
I was super pissed. I bought a bunch of 1 bars. Those are really good, but they're not keto at all.
Just get like Quest bars or something. They're so much better nutritionally for keto. They might not taste as good though.
Mega, do you still drink Monster Energy drinks on your cut? No, I do not. I'm basically just water and coffee and tea.
Cloud bread versus lettuce wraps. Lettuce wraps are good. Cloud bread just disintegrates the second it touches.
They don't even taste good to me though.
If you've ever tried making like a hamburger on cloud bread, you just end up holding a hamburger and no bread exists.
I made lamb burgers once, and then I made cloud bread for them, and it was just mush. It was not good.
Net carbs or 50 total carbs, they're gonna basically be the same thing, but I think counting 20 net carbs is just a better, more accurate representation of what's happening inside your body. But if you do 50 total carbs, you're probably gonna be under 20 net carbs anyway, unless you're... See, the thing is, if you're under 20 net carbs, you're in ketosis. If you're under 50 total carbs and it's like 50 grams of sugar, then you're definitely not in ketosis. So I would say 20 net carbs is just a better metric. That's what we use, but try both, see what you like.
How long do you keep Julius in his crate? He sleeps in his crate, and he's in his crate when we are out at the gym. But he's always just running around. Like right now, he's running around with Miley.
What do you think of Tom Brady's diet? I actually saw he's doing the autoimmune protocol.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder, does he have any autoimmune issues?
I don't know.
That's great. Philip Morris, thank you so much for the donation. Did you check your blood sugar when you first started? Do your sugar ever go up a little? When I had a 35-gram carb day, the next morning my blood sugar was 116.
Okay.
In the beginning, we did not check our blood sugar at all for the first like 2 years, almost, right? 1 to 2 years.
Like 1 year.
And then, does it go up ever a little?
It does sometimes.
I think, yeah, because Matt will sometimes have like high, like mid 90s, right? When you wake up.
Yeah, if I have a lot, like chicken wings or something, just go nuts the previous night, I will have a higher reading in the morning.
So it could be protein, it could be excess calories. Maybe you're just really sensitive to the carbs, and that could happen.
And also think about like when you're eating. Like if you
Right.
normally eat dinner at 6 and that night you had like a 30 carb dinner at 10 p.m., then that's a huge factor that's probably just going to raise it the next morning.
What's in the keto break? How did it taste? We don't know,
Can't
but
tell
we
you.
also can't reveal. It was good.
Here's what I'll tell you. It's good, but it's not like a delicious dessert. It's more of like a functional energy bar type of thing. From Louisiana, how about a king cake? That's the second time we've gotten asked about that in
Well, that's like
2
the
weeks.
30th, but yeah, 2 different videos. We'll have to look that up. I've never even seen one.
What exactly is wrong with low-carb tortillas if it fits in your macros?
There's
Nothing really.
Yeah, if
I
it
mean-
fits in your macros and you like them and they help you stay on track, that's great. But they don't bring any like nutrition or like anything really to the table in terms of
So
those
most of them
calories.
have gluten. Like if you're trying to do no gluten, then there's that. Really, but yeah, if you're just concerned about the macros and not necessarily what's in it,
Then they're
it doesn't
fine.
matter that much.
Are pickles good for you on keto? They're a good option for a snack. We have a big jar. They have high sodium. That's a good thing.
Yeah, they have sodium.
What TV series do you binge on?
I've been watching this Dirty Money series on Netflix lately. It's really good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it is really, really good actually.
The Wire. The Wire is my all-time favorite TV show.
I watched one episode and I was bored.
It's like from the 90s.
Keto sushi, we have a recipe on our site and uses cauliflower rice.
How many times do you eat in a day? So lately we do bulletproof coffee upon rising, then gym, then we'll have a pretty big meal at like 11 a.m. Then a snack at
around
like 2:30.
2:30.
And that's like maybe for me it's like 400 calories. For her it's maybe less. Like
200.
200.
And then our last meal at like 5:36. So
Yeah.
we eat 2 big meals, a snack, and our coffee.
Is it okay to eat 5 tablespoons of Kerrygold butter for lunch? I think a lot of people would say no, but I mean if you have a little bit of protein with that, I don't think that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
5 is like a bit excessive, but like, I guess it depends how many calories you're intaking per day, and I would definitely be getting some protein to go with that.
Have you tried the Think Thin protein cakes? Do you think they're good if it fits your macros?
Think
So the
Thin?
Think Thin bars have maltitol, so we don't eat them. They're not great. So I'm assuming the protein cakes will also have maltitol.
Raw vegan is best for health.
Someone said that. Matt doesn't say that.
I would have to disagree.
Why would someone eat straight butter though? It's really filling, and
you're
if
just
you're
like-
low on your fat macros,
And if you're just not about the food life, you're just about pure nutrition and functionality, you don't care about taste,
yeah.
and you don't care about how weird you look at work. You guys have the best videos, great info, and down-to-earth guidance. Thank you,
Thank you,
Alan Murray, for the donation.
Alan Murray.
Yeah, this is a record for people watching us. I think 860. Maybe it's because we
great.
came on later. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Matt, how's your crypto portfolio? Are you concerned with this extended slump? I'm actually concerned with Bitcoin comparative to alts because I'm mostly in Bitcoin. But I'm not concerned with any extended slump because I'm just in it for the long term. I've been hodling for years. Gonna continue.
What vegetables do you eat? So right now on our cut, I'm doing collards and spinach. Those are the 2 I'm intaking. And Matt's been doing collards. And we'll also do spinach.
And like some seaweed, roasted kale I've been having.
Yeah.
Hodl.
How long do you boil eggs to get them to peel out easy?
You can look this up online. There's like, I let it get to a boil, then turn it off, and then put the eggs in for 15 minutes. What do you
Yeah,
do?
and I add salt so they don't crack. But we use our egg genie, and those peel really easily.
Can you trust calorie counts on labels? Not really. You can't really trust anything, but You have to go off something.
Right.
Ideally, most of the foods you're eating won't have labels, so you can go off the USDA nutrition database. You can go off MyFitnessPal or Google.
When not on a cut, do you guys do fruit occasionally?
No.
We actually don't, but there have been times where like we'll have a fruit recipe, like a strawberry smoothie, and like we'll try it. So yeah. In the sense we have to make recipes, yes. Is C4 going to knock me out of keto? We've had this question before. We haven't looked at C4. I haven't.
There's hidden carbs in C4. I'm almost positive there's maltodextrin in it. It's not going to be on the label. But like, is that the worst thing to have right before you're going to the gym to get a hard workout in? Probably not. I would say it's not going to mess with you that much, assuming you get a good workout in.
What Atkins bars can you guys eat? There's the new Atkins bars that have new in the corner and circled. What?
The way you say Atkins.
Atkins.
Okay.
It's AT, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those don't have maltitol.
How do we feel about deli meat? I like to get some good quality deli meat once in a while. Sometimes we just get the cheap stuff. We don't eat it all that much, but it is nice to have for a snack once in a while.
I've been so hungry all week, this week. Can you overdo it on calories if you stay keto friendly? Yeah, we do it for sanity's sake, mentally and physically, once in a while.
Doing carnivore all February, mainly ribeyes and 80-20 ground beef. Do I need to count calories? Will I need help with other fats? So if you're going by the book, the way that these zero carb people do it is no, you don't need to count calories. You literally just eat red meat and that's all. You don't need to add butter. That, like, anything that makes a food taste too good, you probably don't want to add, like salt, pepper, maybe salt, but not like garlic powder. You don't want to be seasoning it like really nicely. It's mainly just about becoming in tune with your hunger and just eating for functionality. But when we did it, we were tracking more and just like adding fats and stuff. We were trying to do more of a keto style of that.
I'm longing for a soda badly after a meal. Do you know of a substitute? You can do Zevia. We also do Perrier. For me, it's the carbonation. That's a good option.
Do you guys do imitation crab meat on keto? No, it's loaded with carbs. It's like 10 grams of carbs per serving or something. It's basically just like cod and rice flour. That's what those things are.
Just had a cheat day because Taco Bell has fries now. Did you see the commercial for the fries though? It was pretty good. I was so impressed by how well it was done. And then I drove by and they have nacho fries and I was like, what I would do.
Are no cookies keto friendly? They're so good. Okay guys, you may not have seen this, but on Instagram, this is actually very sad that what happened with these guys and dishonest. But the No Foods chocolate chip and double chocolate chip cookies, they have chocolate chips in them that have actual real sugar in them, which they don't count in the nutrition label on their packaging. It adds about 15 grams of sugar per cookie, so the net carbs on one of their cookies where they're telling you it's 4 net carbs is actually like 19.
Any of the
15
ones,
to 19.
only the ones with the chips.
So here's what happened. They released the nutrition of the chocolate chips and they were like, there's not a lot of chocolate chips in them, so it's no big deal. So I had to pick out every single chocolate chip in one of their cookies, weigh it to actually get to the truth of this matter. And then once I posted that, they had the audacity on their Instagram to post a picture that was their cookie and it's like 4 grams of net carbs and the caption was, believe it. When I just literally like proved that it was 19 net carbs.
Yeah.
So very dishonest. I don't like it at all.
Indians don't eat pork or meat. Yes, they do, because I do, and I'm Indian.
Big fan. Keep up the great content. I'm patiently awaiting Mega's next mistake recipe. Love the truffles. What was the mistake recipe?
I don't know.
Thank you for the donation, Boriski. But we actually do have a truffles recipe.
That's amazing.
Coming soon, and yeah, you guys are going to love this one.
We have not tried the Quest cookies. I want to, but it'd have to be after our cut. I can't imagine they're that amazing, right? Because like there's a lot of cookies out there.
Yeah. I think the best way to cut in keto is IF, period. I hate people that do that. So you can look at any study, there's no metabolic advantage to IF. So if you control for calories, the weight loss is going to be the exact same. So I would say that's not true. But if IF helps you restrict calories more, then yeah, maybe it is true.
Did you try the Bavarian sausages from TJ's? Yes, we did.
And it's really good.
Very nutmeggy.
But we have something we like even better. It's only in Georgia though, I think.
Yeah,
so,
they're Savannah
okay, yeah.
sausages. If I have one cheat meal, How long will it take to hit ketosis again? It depends on your cheat, but I mean, how long did it take you to get into it? Like what, 2, 3, 4 days? So it could be that long depending on your cheat.
Do you guys have animal protein at every meal? I like to try to,
Except
but
for our keto coffee.
sometimes we just have like eggs and fats. That's one time we wouldn't have animal protein. Yeah, we live in Georgia now. What are the sausages in GA? Let me get them.
They are Savannah Company.
Yeah, Savannah Company.
And they're andouille sausages. We got the Cajun style, so good. We only found them in Kroger.
Will I stay in ketosis on carnivore considering the high protein and calories? Yeah, especially if you're getting cuts of meat that are like 70% calories from fat, which you can get, like ribeyes and New York strip steaks and things like that, 80-20 ground beef, things like that.
What about Quest protein chips? Yeah, they're a good option. They're they're too high protein for me, and they don't taste that great in my opinion. But people
They're
eat
good
them.
for chips. I kind of like them.
How should I start eating once I quit keto and reach my desired weight? I mean, you could just eat keto. We don't plan. I mean, we're at our desired weight, right?
Yeah, I would say keto with some exceptions, like when you want to eat certain foods, if that's something you're into. I'm more in it for the just getting stuff done. So I like being on keto. So I'm going to stick with it when I'm at my goal weight, which I kind of am.
How do you deal with hunger on keto? If we're not doing a cut, we just eat, to be honest. If I'm actually hungry, I'll eat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to-
Is carb cycling after I lose weight recommended? If you're talking to me, no, it's not recommended at all. But if you want to try, then yeah, it's something worth trying. I would say a lot of people like doing it. Most people don't, from who I've talked to. Matt, heaviest weight ever? Actually, you might not believe this, but I was like 225 when I graduated college.
That's not even that bad for a 6'4", though, right?
225. It didn't look like I was, overweight or anything. I wasn't really overweight. I was like on the high range of normal. But the lowest I've been in the last 5 years is like 180, and right now I'm 191.
What can I eat for an easy fat boost? You can have a bulletproof coffee, tea, chicken broth, bone broth. You can have a fat bomb. You can have just like a spoon of coconut oil.
Our meat substitute, aka veggie bacon, okay on keto? Yeah, just count the carbs, count the macros.
Kimberly, thank you for the donation. Tips to build muscle or maintain during fat loss. In-body scan at gym says that 4 weeks of keto, hit weights 4 times a week, lost almost
Equal fat and muscle. So the in-body, that's the body impedance test, I think, right? Mm-hmm. So those are not going to be that accurate, but what you want to do to maintain muscle is basically just lift weights. Like that's the only way to maintain muscle. And maybe you're losing too fast. Maybe you're at too much of a deficit. So if you don't do as much of a deficit, the percentage of fat loss will probably be higher. That's why what we're doing right now is a cut, but we're slowly tapering. I think we started at maybe only a 5% deficit or something. So that will just make more of the weight loss be fat.
Do you eat before a workout or workout fasted? We have our bulletproof coffees before our workout.
Like an hour or two before. Any good foods 12 hours before a blood test? What does that mean?
Just so your cholesterol is not too high.
Cholesterol? You're trying to beat the cholesterol test? What's the stuff you take before actual drug tests? What's that stuff called?
I don't know. Niacin?
Niacin. Yeah, niacin's good for that.
No, it's not. Don't listen. Keto maintenance is adjusting macros calories, right? Yeah. Finding your maintenance macros, yeah. So if you're losing weight, you can up them.
How much would I spend per month for food if I signed up for the keto meal prep course? How much monthly for food? I want to say probably about $250, $250? Is that high?
Yeah, I think
Maybe
that might
200.
be a little high.
200.
It depends on how many people you're feeding.
How do you guys work in more fiber to prevent constipation? We don't work in more fiber, and fiber doesn't prevent constipation. So, yeah. Fiber is like a Band-Aid type of thing. Like if you eat it, you'll poop probably. But that's just because you're pooping the fiber.
It's undigested, yeah.
It doesn't like help with actually fixing the issue. It's just a band-aid type of thing.
How much water do you need to drink while on keto? There's no like recommended amount, but if you're thirsty, definitely hydrate, and you'll likely be more thirsty on a keto diet, people have said.
So if you want, yeah, I don't understand why what are you trying to do with the foods before a cholesterol test? So if you watch Dave Feldman, he does this whole thing. He basically just proves the cholesterol tests are heavily influenced by what you've eaten the last 3 days, and they're not really a true reading of much because your cholesterol levels like change that quickly. So you can look into that. We're not like doctors or experts on this, but I guess the question is, why are you like prepping for a cholesterol test like it's a drug test to get a job? Like, this is about your health. It's not trying to trick the test. It's trying to actually learn about your body so you can repair it. How many grams of fat in one meal a day meal? Want to lose 100 pounds, sedentary wheelchair user.
Thank you, Joshua, for the donation.
It depends a lot on your weight, your macros. Basically, like, figure out how many calories you need per day. Let's say you're gonna do 1,600. I don't know if that's what you're gonna do, but you gotta figure that out. 1,600, 70% of those calories should be from fat, maybe a little more, maybe even 75%. So that would be something like 1,100 calories worth of fat, so that's like 125 grams of fat. But that's just all estimations. You gotta just do a macro calculator and that'll get you a good starting point.
I'm on my second week and I feel like I stopped losing weight. You feel like you stopped losing weight?
That's what this whole video is about.
Or you stopped losing weight?
Yeah, did you weigh
Actually, 2 weeks isn't that long. I mean, you dropped your water weight instantly or immediately, and that got you excited. So being on the second week and not having lost weight shouldn't deter you. Just keep going. What are some high potassium foods outside of supplementation? Avocados and spinach are the two highest that I believe.
I'm a vegetarian and it's always hard to get enough protein without going too high in carbs. Any suggestions? Yeah, it can be kind of tough. I would say you're definitely going to need to figure out some kind of like shake you can make that has vegan protein powder, some cream, that would be good, like some MCT oil, just like a high fat, high protein shake. And then get to be friends with hemp seeds. Those are like really good fat protein ratio. And then like tofu and stuff. It's kind of tough, but I think the protein powder is going to be necessary. The rap career is not coming around very well.
No. I mean, but we're close to the 200K. I hope he's writing his rap.
I have a couple things written down on a notepad, but it's not good. See, the thing with rapping is you can't just rap out of nowhere and be good. You have to actually practice, which I haven't done in a long time. How are pili nuts? Do you recommend them? We do recommend them. They're just really expensive. But they're great.
Great macros.
Yeah. Similar to macadamia nuts, though, and macadamia nuts are also very expensive.
Your favorite fat bomb? Just melted baker's chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah.
What does the cut do for you now? We're cutting body fat percentage. That's the goal. So no weight in particular in mind, but that's what it's helping us do.
Yeah, the point of doing it is just because it's a test. It's about us wanting to learn. So like we've been doing keto for 2 years. So what does it take to actually get cut up and like lose body fat while doing keto? So I just want to learn that. How do you do that? So then I can be better at like when people ask us questions and I'm telling them like, yeah, you got to take your calories down. You got to like track your macros. It's not crazy. That's like what you actually have to do to get really, like if you have a specific goal in mind. If you're just 150 pounds overweight trying to do a little bit better, you probably don't have to do all that.
Almond butter versus peanut butter. Peanut butter all day.
I like peanut butter's taste, but almond butter, I just feel better about it. I don't know.
Best fatty foods. I would say like fatty cuts of meats like thighs, ribeyes, fatty foods. What else is there? Just like
Foods in general or meats?
fatty foods.
Yeah, a lot of the times I make like some scrambled eggs with some bacon and butter added to it, things like that.
Ground beef, 80-20.
Why not maltitol? We have a video on all the different sweeteners. Maltitol spikes your blood glucose a lot, almost as much as sugar, so we don't eat it because it's not good for keto. BF percentage, Matt, I'm probably around like 10 right now.
Can I eat cheese and how much am I allowed? Yeah, you can eat cheese. And whatever you can comfortably fit into your macros, it's easy to overdo it on cheese and nuts. Those are definitely two things I've overdone it on. So just be cautious. Do y'all meal prep and often?
Yeah.
Yes, weekly. It definitely helps us stay on track and it gets rid of the decisions. And without the decisions, it's easy to not stray.
Lowest carb peanut butter, they're all going to be the same, assuming they just check the ingredients and make sure they don't have sugar added to them. Like you'll find some that say 4 net carbs, you'll find some that say 3, but if it's just peanuts, the nutrition is all the same. They just like rounded differently. Same with heavy cream. Like people go to the grocery store and they think they find the magic like heavy cream that is actually 0 carb when it's really somewhere in between 0 and 1.
Dealing with the doubters, there actual science that states it's impossible to lose fat in the presence of insulin.
Where is this one?
Right here.
Dealing with a doubter. Is there actual science that states it's impossible to burn fat in the presence of insulin? I do believe there is science that says that, but that's not so in my opinion, we've gone way too far with this insulin thing and it's all we focus on, especially people doing keto, like it's only about insulin.
You're still gonna have a rise even on a keto diet.
Yeah. There's other things at play other than just insulin. It's not just like if your insulin is low, you can't gain body fat no matter how many calories you eat. Because if you're eating tons of calories, your insulin's going to go up even if it's all very low glycemic foods, just because of the whole load of the calories.
Do you have an ice cream recipe? Yes, we do, and we have a YouTube video as well for it. It's on our site, ketoconnect.net.
Go Blue, freshman here. What do you guys think of Carb Quick? It's fine. It has like soy and stuff in it, but it's not really necessary because you can just make your own stuff. We have a ton of recipes. It's just as easy.
Mega, how tall are you? I am 5'4". Is it okay to have 2 tablespoons of unpasteurized apple cider vinegar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you eat seafood? Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I like salmon a lot.
I like white fishes, so like tilapia and cod.
She has no taste buds.
I don't.
What's the purpose of a keto refeed? Are you talking about a carb up or more of like a calorie refeed? The purpose of both is like to jumpstart your metabolism a little bit. The purpose of a carb refeed, people say, is like to reset leptin levels. I think like no one knows anything about leptin levels and how they're reset, but people seem to think that carb ups do reset leptin levels. We did like a ton of research before we did carb ups. Nothing really proves that that happens. And I would say try doing a calorie refeed if you're in that position, but you don't really need to do that till you're pretty low body fat, or if you've been dieting for a really long time and you think your metabolism's just really low and damaged.
You're okay with tilapia? Yeah, I had a feeling someone would say something like that. Isn't it like tilapia?
It's not really sustainable. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it. I also don't recycle.
How do you feel about sucralose? We eat it sometimes. It's not like something we avoid, but we don't buy like liquid sucralose.
Celery and cream cheese. That's a good snack. I would say so. I used to eat that.
Have you had Zaxby's wings with no sauce? No. Are they breaded? They're not breaded?
I don't know. Have you followed Dr. Jason Fung's studies? Not particularly. I read The Obesity Code. It was a really good book, but I haven't like followed any of his studies like recently regarding fasting. I don't really partake in fasting. Neither of us do, but I know you were more into fasting. So did you?
I don't know about his studies, but I know he's all about insulin, fasting, he's all about the insulin hypothesis, basically. Healthy servings of artificial sweeteners per day. I don't think so artificial sweeteners, you're talking aspartame, sucralose, those types. I don't think there really is a healthy amount, but unless you're going crazy overboard, I don't know. People have strong opinions on this. I have looked at most of the studies on it, and I don't seem to think there's a whole lot wrong with them. Aspartame is the worst one.
What fruits do you eat, and what are the portions for those fruits? We don't intake any fruits. on and off our cut really. But berries are probably your best option. Blueberries. I would just look up the portion size for, you know, like 4 to 5 grams of carbs. I think that's like
It's
one
like 100
serving.
grams, I think. My appetite has been suppressed. I've only been on keto since January 1st. My point is I'm starting to feel low energy. Any tips on like keto superfoods? No, there is no such thing as superfoods, but I think it's going to be mainly electrolytes. Like try getting more electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Try getting a little bit more fat. Are you doing high fat, or are you just kind of doing maybe higher protein, not as high fat? Those are two things that could help with energy.
Do you mix anything with your Zip Fizz before your workout? We drink our Zip Fizz intra-workout, so like during our workout. We no longer do a pre-workout. So just water and our bulletproof coffee like an hour before.
What Suvi machine do you recommend? We don't recommend one because we've only gotten one and used one, but we like it a lot. The Joule is the one we got.
Is Starbucks flat white okay to drink? I've
don't know
never
what's in
heard
that.
of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Have you guys tried fasting?
Yeah.
Yes, we used to do fasting. Not my cup of tea, so I do what works for me when it comes to eating. Less restrictions, I find I can stick to it better.
I made your chewy chocolate chip cookies recipe. Ate 2 cookies, felt like it kicked me out of ketosis. Possible I added too much erythritol? Well, there's a lot of variables here. You felt like it kicked you out of ketosis? I mean, the cookies are about 2 net carbs each, I believe. And you probably ate like 12 grams of erythritol or something, maybe 15 grams. So erythritol doesn't impact blood glucose or insulin. So I think, I mean, if you test it and it actually happened, then that would be a different story, but I don't think that's the case.
Have you ever heard of Carb Nite solution? No, but
Yeah,
that
no,
sounds...
we have a video on it.
Carb Nite solution?
Yeah.
What video?
Carb Nite solution is just carb ups, Carb Nite.
Oh, I thought that was like a drink or something.
No, I think it's dumb. I don't believe in it.
That's weird. I never heard that phrasing, but yeah, I know Healthful Pursuit is a big proponent of it, so I think it really depends on what works for you. A lot of people could benefit from it mentally, at the very least.
Don't do it.
I mean, it's just like doing small carb ups at night.
Yeah, you can try it. I mean, we have tried it. We don't like it.
Doing a small night carb up.
Yeah.
I've never tried that.
Small carb ups.
We've
I
done
think
like
it's just
carb
dumb.
cycling.
Yeah, we've done bigger carb ups, but like, it just really interrupts with the diets and like feeling good. The longer you do it, the better it kind of works for you. I don't think it's good to be doing all of these like 1 day a week carb up to like whenever you feel like it, have a sweet potato. You can do it if it's more about like, I don't know, easing like your dieting mentality if you feel that way about keto, but if you're just trying to feel good, I don't think that's a good idea. Matt, are you against IF? No science to back it up? Well, I just have my own anecdotal evidence. I've tried intermittent fasting. I did it for like 6 years. And I eat more intuitively when I don't do intermittent fasting, and I just feel better overall.
Do you guys use carb blockers? No, and
No.
definitely don't recommend them.
We use our diet and exercise, guys.
Yeah, if we just don't eat the carbs. 3 to 4 weeks on keto, everything pretty good, but the increased mental clarity thing has not happened. Any suggestions or some foods to add? For me, when I'm eating a high-fat meal, that's when I feel it. So maybe your ratio, you can do a little higher fat. That's the one thing I would suggest. Drinking more water.
Yeah, if you guys like it seems like a lot of you like 1 meal a day. Yeah, if that's working for you, I would stick with it. It doesn't work for me. I mean, it can work. It's just I don't get in a good mindset when I'm doing that. Because I think about food a lot, right? And when it's 1 meal, and then I'm done, and then I have to wait 23 hours for it to happen again, it's not good for me.
Any tips on getting over the fat phobia? I think your best way to get over it is to really just start eating a higher fat percentage and then seeing how you feel. And once you start correlating the higher fat to feeling good, it'll be easier to get over that.
Why aren't you guys ripped?
Because that's not my goal. I guess it is my goal
Yeah.
now. That's why I'm starting a cut. But yeah, for all this time, I was mostly just focused on tasting the recipes we made.
So what is ripped? Is ripped like having a lot of muscle? Because that takes a lot of time to do. And like I've been working out for probably like 8 years now. Obviously not that efficiently, or I should be a little bit bigger than I am. But getting ripped is really hard work. Like the internet people, they make it seem easy. It's tough.
Let her talk, Matt. You keep interrupting her. So I have not noticed his interruptions, maybe because I'm just so used to it. Like he's suppressed me so much in our relationship. But we get emails and YouTube comments and people commenting
I think
here.
there was a video, and I just interrupted you again. I think there's a video where I did it a lot, though.
Well, we've gotten like 7 emails where people are like, why can't he just let her talk? Which is funny, and I can't see it, but I'll work on it. I'll push him. I'll interrupt him.
Carb blockers. If you're looking for a workaround to eat anything you want, you're probably not ready for a diet. Well, honestly, I think that's a lot of the reason people start keto, because they're thinking, because the internet tells them you can eat literally whatever you want and just keeping it keto and it's magic because of insulin. But that's not how it works. Like if you're eating a ton of calories, you're just eating whatever you want and it's keto, you're still going to gain weight. It's not magic. It makes eating the right amount of food a lot easier. It gets you more in tune with your hunger.
A lot of gym rats won't admit to anabolic steroids. That came out of nowhere.
I mean, the internet is filled with like people that most of
Facades.
It's all a facade. Like most things you see is a facade.
I see a lot of people talking about ketones. Should I be taking them? No, not in our opinion. Like people take them daily, and you can eat a keto diet and get just as far and be as successful.
If you have the disposable income and you want to throw down, $50 on a supplement to try, I would say try it. It's worth trying.
Like if you're having like a headache or you wake up really fatigued, that could be a good time to use them. I want to subscribe to a keto box, which you recommend.
If you can afford Butcher Box, that's obviously the best.
Butcher Box, yeah.
But Keto Crate is the best of the snack boxes.
Did you ever get to the bottom of the Daddy t-shirt?
No.
I don't think Matt has it anymore. He like threw it out, and I'm so
I don't know
upset.
where it went, yeah. I see a lot of people eating more protein and less fat now if they are obese to lose weight more effective. Do you think this is more effective than high fat? No, I don't. I think high fat is more effective. I think it is about calories as opposed to, so like people say eat less fat if you have a lot of fat on your body, because the fat you're eating is the same thing as the fat that's on your body. It's not. But if you just in the same ratio, the 75-25 type of thing, just decrease the calories, you keep the ratio at that, I would say that's what I would recommend. But I know a lot of people say eat more protein and just fat is a lever, basically. Like you don't need to eat all your fat calories. I just think if you do that, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel high energy, and you might not stick with it as long. But that's definitely something you can just experiment with for yourself. See how you feel best. We've done high protein and we've done high fat. Which one do you like better?
Fat.
Fat.
Do you agree with the LaCroix drinks on keto? We agree with that? I know Matt drinks them.
There's nothing really to agree with. It's about the macros. They're 0 calorie. They're sweetened. They're not sweetened at all, right?
No.
Yeah.
Best kind of cheeses for keto. Raw cheese, I would
like
say,
raw cheese.
and then like brie cheese.
Triple cream brie.
Yeah, or double cream.
Is Trader Joe's the #1 shopping spot? I think it is. It's so good. Has your mental health improved on keto? I don't know.
Mental health.
Not really, no.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, we played a game today, like I don't know, like a word game, and Matt was just really bad.
I
at
was
it.
great
so
at
I would
it.
say his is worsened.
What is the minimum duration for which I should do keto so that I do not gain back the lost weight once I switch out of keto?
So that's not how it works, because switching out of keto, you mean like just going back to a standard American diet? Well, that's how you gained all the weight to begin with, right? So
Yeah.
if you just go back to the diet,
You're not
just gonna
thinking of
gain
this
weight.
right. It's about making lasting changes. It's not like, let me do this now so then I can get away with more stuff in the future. Unless that's how you want to do it. You can do that too. But I think you should maybe try finding some kind of happy medium to where you can sustain a change.
How long, still loving living in Atlanta? Yeah, we really, really love it. It's starting to get warm. Since I've only been keto Since I've been keto, I only eat 2 meals a day, maybe a small snack like nuts, but I feel full the rest of the day. Yeah, that's kind of how we do it. And it depends on your ratios. Like if you're higher fat, you're gonna feel fuller longer. What do you do post-workout? We don't do anything fancy. Yeah, we just eat a meal.
We don't do much workout synchronized eating other than just the Zip Fizz during our workouts and a bulletproof coffee like 2 hours before. Is the egg fast a good way to start the keto lifestyle? I don't think so. I think it's too gimmicky and diety, and it's not. All of the. Hey. I'm starting to realize all of these things, like, fat fast, egg fast, 1 meal a day, even in my opinion, kind of falls into the category. It's just like Band-Aids because you can't change the way you're actually eating. Like you can't fix it by just actually fixing it. So you're trying to do all these crazy things that you think are going to help. I would just say, I'm not a big fan of doing the egg fasting and stuff, but we did do it before. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's necessary to get into ketosis. I mean, it's something a lot of people are going to want to implement, and if you want to, there's nothing we can say to stop you, so it's definitely worth a try. Maybe, I would say if you're going to do it, what I felt like I did wrong was I wasn't really mentally prepared for it, so I complained that I could only eat certain foods. So just be like, I'm going to do it for 3 days, do it for 3 days, and see how you feel.
Can Matt dunk?
No.
I can dunk.
No, he can't.
Me?
You got to prove it then.
I haven't dunked in 3 years probably, but I could throw down pretty solidly.
What's he growling and barking at? He sees lights outside of the window and then he's a little dog.
He's a guard dog.
Little dogs just bark at anything, don't they? What does keto normie mean? So I think when Matt made that up, it was a super what about keto for normies? And I was like, that's actually great. So we're all normal people. Matt and I are very normal. So I think most of our videos and most of the content we make is about making keto approachable for normies like us and you guys. Cut off. What? You cut me off.
I cut you off. As opposed to the scientists telling you about how to do or what keto, why you should do these certain things. That's but it stems from Family Guy when Peter becomes super handsome looking and then he's like, we call you all normies down at the handsome people facility.
You better not spoil your kids like you do your pets. Well, we're going to. I think so.
Okay to use Metamucil on keto? I wouldn't recommend it, but instead of using Metamucil, which has sugar added to it, I would just get psyllium husk fiber. That's what Metamucil is. Out of all your desserts, is there one safe one to eat every day, or should I limit them per week? I think protein cakes is one we are comfortable eating a piece every day. You can even make the macro cakes, the pancakes. And add a little more sweetener to make them dessert-like. And that other one, the whipped dessert we made in the one video. Yeah. We had that. We have that pretty regularly. High-fat snacks. Yeah. Do you sell teas? Yes, we do. This is one of them. And then we have KetoConnect shirts on Teespring. Sugar-free gum. What do we eat? I just get Trident or whatever. Yeah, I think we get Trident. They all have xylitol. Is it bad if you eat less some days, 1,300 calories, just not hungry 2 months in? 1,300 calories I think is a fine floor. If that's what you mean by eating less, I would say below 1,000, I'm uncomfortable with saying that's cool. Love the chocolate fluff. Yes, we love it too. Doing collaborations with other keto YouTubers. I'd like to do collaborations with other non-keto YouTubers. Because, you guys all watch us, you guys all watch the other keto YouTubers, so it doesn't really... Don't you want to see people outside? Yeah, I want to do more with other people, like Young Thug would be a good one. No, other health-related people, I think, health-related people. Gym people, food people. How much would we have to drop to get him in our video, though, our music video? Probably 150. K? Yeah. I would put 5K to get him in our video. That would be worth it, right? No. I can't hear you through your lisp. Is that something I said or is that something someone else said? I think that's something he said. No, he quoted it though. Oh. And that's yeah, you did say that before. Oh, okay. I was like, that's so mean if someone said that. How long did it take you to get 1,000 followers on YouTube? 1,000? I think it took maybe 2 months or something. It took quite a bit of time. Which it should. And then to get 10,000, it was maybe 6 months or something?
I don't remember.
I can look at the stats.
Have you been cutting back on your desserts during your cuts? We eat what we can fit into our macros. So if we want a dessert and we can fit it in, we're going to eat it. Thank you, Andre, for the donation. Do you do days off to eat something you really like?
We haven't?
No. Because what I really like now is sous vide burgers.
Yeah.
You know, like my taste buds and my cravings have changed for keto foods. Like today I went, or all weekend, two of our good friends were here. They were eating bread and cheese and peanut. They were just gorging on carbs, and it wasn't enticing me by any means.
I'm to the point, finally, I think, where I don't care about that much about the 5 minutes of enjoying the food in your mouth when I know I'm going to feel bad, just like mentally, the next day. But maybe in the future, like we're going to go on a vacation in a few months after doing this really intense cut thing. So maybe we'll like plan something then. But no, we have never done that in the past.
Who has better willpower? That's a good question.
It depends. I think when...
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
During this cut, I think I do.
I think so too. But I think overall I can really lock into something a little better maybe.
If it's like learning something technology related, he's better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, for the donation. Chris Collins. I'm sick of explaining to people how meat eating keto is actually healthy. Advice on explaining this to people when they won't shut up.
I mean, it's basic, like you can start with, it's zero sugar diet. Like you guys are all eating all this
Yeah.
sugar. Everyone knows sugar's bad. What happens if you just don't eat sugar? Then you can explain all these carbs, like pizza, bread, that turns into sugar in your body. And then, in my opinion, like if you just look at the data, like what have we been eating more of? What have we been eating less of over the past 40 years?
And we have an obesity epidemic.
Yeah, when obesity is just going nuts, diabetes going nuts. It's basically less red meat, more processed carbs, and less fat and low fat. Like it's the whole low fat thing. So I think if you do the exact opposite of that, you're probably somewhere close to what's right.
And I would definitely like explain all the side effects you felt that are positive and let them know like these are things because of my transition into a keto diet.
Yeah, you might just have to lead by example too.
Yeah.
And guys, we don't have a charity pick for this live, but we're gonna roll it over all this donations into the next live, and we'll have a charity for that one.
So thank you so much. We also are getting everyone's recommendations, all great ones. So we're just trying to pick.
Business podcast you guys listen to? We used to listen to Pat Flynn a lot. Tim Ferriss is good.
Oh, Internet Business Mastery.
Internet Business Mastery.
Is what I really loved.
That's pretty much it though. I've listened to Side Hustle a little bit too.
Favorite Zip Fizz flavor is a blue raspberry.
I got some blue blockers and love them. Good. The blue blocker glasses for nighttime. We should have them on right now.
We're starting a 2-week meal prep course tomorrow. My husband and brother are feeling great and satiated all the time. They have skipped dinner twice. Is it too soon to do that? No.
If you're going for weight loss and yeah, if you're just trying to do a little bit better and the goal is to eat intuitively, then I would just start doing that now. Like if you're skipping dinner, that's fine. If you even need to add a little bit of the calories to the next day, that can be fine too. I would just say like on the whole, you want to generally be doing good and then you'll get results.
Do you have a coupon code for Isopure? We should.
They don't give coupon codes.
But we pump them like crazy, but no. Yeah. Zucchini muffins were good. I always forget we have those, the pizza ones, but they are really good. People do make them quite a bit.
I think we should go. It's been 70 minutes.
All right, guys. This was really fun. We will see you tomorrow on Instagram at 9.
Thanks for hanging. How many donations did we get?
I don't know. Can we see?
I don't know if I can see it. Nope, can't see it. Thanks though, guys.
We'll see you soon. Have a good night.